What's good, everybody? What's good? Welcome to the Unfiltered Truth Recap Show. I am your host. I don't know why Phil's being camera shy and hiding in the backstage area. Phil, get on out here. Get on out here, Jones. Oh, we gonna act like we got it going on. Howdy. What's up, everybody? Raiders are coming off a 17-13 victory over the Denver Broncos. Like Raider Rich said, give us an unfiltered salute. Hit the like button. Please subscribe. Playoffs are still on the line. This was a hard-fought victory. It keeps the playoff hopes alive. Josh Jacobs got over 100 yards for the first time this season, really for the first time going back to mid-November. And it was excellent. The defense, once again, held tough all game long, and the run defense has picked up in the last couple of weeks. A lot has been made about the way that teams run the football against them, and they really came out and just completely did what they had to do. They got put in some precarious positions, but at the end of the day, to the Denver Broncos, a team that's put up points, a team that's been solid, they held them to 13 overall, forced a missed field goal, and flat out got it done. The offense struggled to score at times, but it's a divisional game, and really, they got it done, and that's all that matters. Said Derek Carr was not perfect, but he did what he needed to do, and the game essentially ended with that loft that he threw to Foster Moreau, who secured it. It was good to see that all ball security has been heavily preached in practice this week. As you watch the replay, you see a lot of people covering up the football with two hands, and you love to see it, especially when ball security has been as big of an issue as it has been. Everybody, so let me know, how's everybody feeling? How's Eric? Let me turn this over to y'all for a little bit. How are you feeling? What's the general mood? Kenneth says, if they make the playoffs, y'all still want to blow up the team? I never said completely blow it up. I said tweak a few things. That's a question that will need to be revisited once that particular goal is achieved. I'm not going to say anything here. I'm not going to say anything there. Right now, we're in the midst of a winning streak, 2 games in a row. But definitely setting up for the biggest, craziest, hottest team in the league right now. The Colts are on the schedule for the Raiders. They are going to test that run defense. They are going to test that pass defense. And the Raiders are, in fact, going to have to figure out a way to score some points, because the Indianapolis Colts will capitalize on every mistake that they make. Welcome to the party, Jones.
What up, bitches? I just got to say, we actually do care about wins.
I do.
And, wins do matter. I'm just going to also
say, let's go.
I had to channel in my Mamba mentality, and I had to make sure that we got downfield no matter what. And I told you, Raider Nation, I promise you that we were going to score and win this game. I don't care what Tim Brown said, that the defense actually did it, and Josh Jacobs got it done. But I'm just going to tell y'all this. The win goes to me.
You need to quit with all of that. I'm over here trying to be serious and come up here with this old shit. As it stands, they finally updated it. Beautiful. Oop, let me turn that shit off. Or we can go to that in a second. Can you get ready to queue up the Derek Carr presser? He's up at the podium right now. As it stands right now, The Baltimore Ravens are the 7th seed with an 8-7 record. How that works out, I don't necessarily know, because should the Raiders and the Ravens finish with an even record, that spot should go to the Raiders due to tie-breaking procedures. Now they will need
You
to
know
beat
what?
the Chargers. And they have a head-to-head coming with the Chargers, but currently the
But hold on.
Raiders are the 9th
What's
seed.
the record?
Eight
What's
and
the Ravens'
seven.
record?
8-7.
Or are they 8-6?
They're 8-7.
Okay.
They lost today.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
Ravens are 8-7. The Chargers are 8-7. The Raiders are 8-7. The Dolphins play this week. More likely than not, they too will be 8-7. The only team that the Raiders will need to beat in order to have the tiebreaker over these teams would be the Chargers.
And technically speaking, the Chargers would have
a win over the Raiders as well. So that would come down to
hold on. Let me look at this shit.
I have the tie-breaking procedures right here.
You got it? Pull it up.
Yes, I do. So, to break a tie within a division, 2 clubs head-to-head, best won-loss tied percentage in games between the clubs. The Raiders need to beat the Chargers in order to even that matchup up, and the Chargers would also need to lose to the Broncos. But that's head-to-head. I want to say that's head-to-head between the two of them, but the head-to-head, the number 2 would be the percentage in games played within the division. Then 3 would be best won-loss tied percentage in common games, because that's ultimately what it's going to come down to. The Raiders have virtually every head-to-head tiebreaker over every single team in the hunt.
You said they need to. You said we need the Broncos to beat the Chargers.
Yes.
Well, you must be smoking meth then.
No, that's what you need in order to happen. What is it going to happen? No, but that's the tie-breaking procedures.
So,
then again, the Chargers just lost to the Texans. So is that really that beyond the realm?
Well, you gotta look. They lost a lot of guys for COVID.
So did the Texans. They had 16 guys out.
Did they?
Yes.
Who do they have out?
I'd have to pull up the record, but they've been talking about that all day long. 16 guys out for Houston and came out and dropped 41 on the Chargers. Chargers were missing Austin Eckler, and that appears to be the totality of their offense.
Mike Williams
as well.
Didn't they have Keenan Allen out?
You'd have to go back and check, but in any case, they lost to the Texans, and any of those people that we just mentioned are on defense.
Let's see.
Said, need I repeat? The Texans, Davis Mills III, put up 41 on the Chargers.
Oh shit! No wonder these motherfuckers lost that damn game. I'm looking at this goddamn shit. I don't know, nigga. I'm looking at that damn list, bro.
And Keenan Allen did play.
You had Joey Bosa out. You had who else out? Eckler. Your center out. Fuck, Mike Williams out. You had Rashawn Slater out.
And that was for the division. So 2 clubs for the wild card. If applicable, head-to-head, best won-loss tied in games played within the conference, best won-loss tied in common games, minimum of 4, strength of victory, strength of schedule, best combined ranking among conference teams in points scored and points allowed, best combined ranking among all teams in points scored and points allowed, best net points in conference games, best net points in all games, best net touchdowns in all games, and if all else fails, we go to a coin toss.
Ooh. Yeah.
The Raiders own every tiebreaker against every other team except for the Chargers.
Yeah, this shit. I don't know, man. Say what you want.
It is what it is, good sir. It is what it is. I'm simply stating the facts as put on by NFL.com.
I'm looking at, okay, I see who the guys that were out and for Houston. Starter, backup, starter, backup, starter, backup, starter. Hey, I'm glad we got our shit under control because that shit would have been ugly for us. Oh shit. Starter, backup, starter, backup. Yeah, that was an ugly game. All I'm saying is this: if they get their guys back, in the end of the day, I'm saying is this: we got to fucking win against the Colts. We got to shut down Indianapolis, the one big ass fucking hitter. You take Taylor out of the picture. Every game he's played, I've said it again, he's averaged over 100 yards. The games that he did not average 100 yards, they lost. Well, like I said, he's the Matt Giordano of football. Well, of quarterback, excuse me. I won't say that.
I won't say that either. I will say that you did notice his presence and you missed it in shorter yardage situations, down in the red zone especially. You got that early reception to Hunter Renfrow, and that was an excellent play call. That was well drawn up, well designed, and even better executed. And to top it, the throw the throw was perfect because Carr was throwing to an area and not to a person. Usually when he uses that type of touch is when he's at his best, especially in short to mid range. But I wouldn't go toting the fact that Brian Edwards was gone and we didn't even notice. Carr barely cracked 200 yards. 206 was what he finished with. Had an interception, nearly a pick six, and one fumble.
Mm-hmm.
2 fumbles, right?
Yeah,
2 fumbles. So we're once again we are 20 touchdowns and 22 turnovers.
Yep.
We definitely got to get that turnover game under control, but as it stands, the defense picked it up. The defense made it happen, and Josh Jacobs is the story of this game. Josh Jacobs and the Raiders.
Wishy-washy. He got it done.
Today he was the hammer. Looked like he was running with purpose. Looking like he was running angry, hitting holes that was tap dancing into the right holes. Vision looked a lot better than it has been. And as a whole, it's something about the Denver Broncos that this team they seem to be that team for the Raiders, because once they see Denver, they just know they're getting a W.
Yeah. Over 100 what? 100 what? 30 yards rushing or 129?
I can pull it up real quick. Give me a second. But and to your point, was that I didn't catch for Spencer. It's not just this game. The run defense has really picked it up in the last 2 weeks, and they may not get the level of attention as they should, but the run defense for the Raiders has been very, very good. Has been much better. Much better. I'm not quite going to say very, very good. The effort they put up against the Browns was phenomenal. And with you take away that 24-yard run that Chubb had to score, they hold him in the 60s and 70s. They didn't give up hardly anything to Denver on the ground, and completely and it frustrated the Denver offense. In fact, the only time Denver really earned one was the second touchdown. Excuse me, the field goal, last couple field goals, because the touchdown was a gimme when Devontae Williams scored from the 2, something like that, maybe the 3.
Hey Phil,
Yes, sir.
remember when I said that he was gonna save Jacobs was gonna save his ass by the end of the year?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I was right.
So far.
I said as long as he gets to about 700 to 800 yards rushing,
They're gonna do just enough to keep him in it.
to give him that you know what, we're gonna give you the okay. You're gonna be all right.
27 rushes, 129 yards. Those were rookie numbers from Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
We ain't seen them
And
type of numbers since the rookie year.
His average went back up, bro.
Of course it did. Motherfucker averaging about 3.2 yards a carry. Now he's probably up around 4.
Yep, 3.9.
3.9, yeah, about 4. Let's see. My man Hunter came close but didn't quite make it this week.
Damn,
So
he was
he'll
gonna pass what, Tim Brown?
He tied Jerry Rice, did not pass Tim Brown, but I was talking about yards. You talking about catches.
Yeah.
He is at the end of today will be, I believe, 49 yards short of 1,000. 3 catches, 40 yards, 1 touchdown.
Let me double check.
Yeah, he needed 89 coming into the game tonight, or 81, excuse me. I think he had like 909.
Let me see. Blah, blah, blah. He has 949 on the season.
Yeah, about 50 yards, 51 yards short. But I'm staying neutral until they play the yellow and blue Twinkies. Hey, I mean, you do you, player. I don't blame you. It's definitely not what you want to get too up in arms about too early, because you can get all happy and excited, and you're talking about wait till you play the Chargers. Everything that this team has ever stood for needed to have happen is to beat this Colts team this week. They got to have a plan. They got to execute. People got to get healthy.
I'm gonna be real, bro. Colts had guys that nobody even fucking knew last night stepped up and handled the fucking Cardinals.
Well, the Cardinals are the 2020 Pittsburgh Steelers, bro. The Cardinals. I'd be surprised if
you come in against
the Cardinals win another game.
Hold on, Phil. Again, you come in a team that's where they're ranked at. You're looking at them like, oh shit, damn. You still got to give them respect. They were still what 10-4 coming in.
They clinched a playoff spot despite losing for the 3rd straight week in a row.
So again, you look at the fucking Cardinals coming in. I'm like, okay. And then you look at how many people that were out for fucking COVID and shit. Colts took care of business no matter what.
Absolutely. And Full Metal 6, Darius Philon is my guy. Is my guy. Goon up. I've been looking for a goon like this dude on a defensive line for a long time. You got too many nice guys on the line of scrimmage. I need a goon. I need somebody out there to do some dirt.
Yep.
Barber over Josh. Josh had a great day today. As a whole, you would be very accurate in that statement. Carr is putting up Jameis Winston numbers. Well, we don't say that out loud. Somebody will be mad at you. And the truth be told, he's not even going to do that, because I don't think he's in any danger of hitting 30 touchdowns this year. Any danger. He should be coming up probably at minimum at least 5 short. Unless he has 2 great weeks. If he gets close to that 30 mark, then and actually I believe it was 33 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. That would mean that he had 2 fantastic games going forward. And I'd be okay with that, because that would mean that we'd be challenging for the playoffs. that they would have to go to the scorecard of tiebreakers and find a new creative way to fuck over the Raiders and keep them out of the playoffs. My brothers, this show is a great win for this team. 8 wins back-to-back years. Can we have a winning season? It's right in front of you.
Their own destiny right now.
It's right in front of you. If it's there, all they got to do is take it.
Hey, Corey, wild as shit, bro. He said somebody showed 28 the incentive sheet on that contract. They said, boy, don't you got child support to pay? He said, you got how many kids? Boy, you better get that 100+ yards.
You ain't shit for that. He said, Corey said, Big Corey?
Nah, he said somebody showed him the incentives. I was like, shit.
Man.
I'm saying that motherfucker, he started thinking like at the end of halftime, like, look, man, I'm gonna be real. Look, at the end of that damn pick six going into halftime, the motherfucker looked at him like, hey, bro, you ain't throwing the ball after this shit, bro.
No mo.
If you really look at it, it went more run heavy, less pass.
And they were winning. They were running power. They were going straight at Denver, which is some of the very same things that I've been preaching for a very long time this season.
Yeah.
Is that line that they have is not one that excels at moving side to side, but that always seems to be the problem with the way they construct the line.
That has always been the thing with the Raiders. They've always been a power run team. You cannot have them run zone and have them do certain stretches. Josh Jacobs is not a guy that should be running zone.
Side. No.
You damn sure not Peyton Barber.
No.
Run right up the fucking middle. Now you can do like a little off tackle and shit here and now, but they're not zone. You run it, and for the folks that always say the O-line is trash, go fuck yourself, because they're really not. Okay? They're not. Because, like I said, the games they've ran, power, they have been successful.
Yes.
But when you get away from it, because you know what's weird? I'm looking at this game here. It's almost like we went back to some of the shit that we were supposed to be running.
Yep.
Where the fuck has that been these last couple of weeks?
6 of 12 on third downs, 50%. 50%.
Where did that go these past couple of weeks?
2 of 3 in the red zone, 67%, 2 of 2 in goal to go situations.
I ask you again, where have that play calling? I don't give a fuck what anybody said. That play calling is what we saw. What was it? Those last 2 games before the bye?
Mm-hmm. It would.
Again, where has it been?
Well,
because it sounds like somebody else took control of the play calling.
Sounds like
somebody took the play calling away from your took the play options from your quarterback and from Olsen.
That wouldn't happen to be Tom, would it? Good old TC. Offense put up 342 yards today. Now, they also contributed 3 turnovers, but had to possess the football 36 minutes and 37 seconds, over half the game. Defense, as OG Daniel allowed 18 rushing yards. 18. It would have been a true travesty to find a way to blame the defense for a loss. Defense allowed as a whole 158 yards. That's it.
So I ask you, brothers, was the defense always to blame? No, brother, it wasn't.
Well,
The
today,
defense has never been to blame.
whew, I disagree with that. This isn't a running team. They need to run the ball. They need to run the ball and complement to the passing game. But this was a passing team in its design and its execution, and there's the two are supposed to complement each other. And they've had an interesting time in coming to realize that the key to their offensive philosophy is power football,
Something ain't right here, bro.
which would be what? Absolutely.
Hold up.
Kudos to getting ready to do what they need to do in order to make it happen. That's all it's about. And I sincerely hope that you're right. The defense is definitely getting hot, but I need the offense to step all the way the fuck up. It's nice to see the running game going. I want to see 60 minutes of pure complimentary football. I'd like to see the turnovers get under, and really, if you look at it with they turned it over 4 or 5 times last week. They're getting the turnovers under control little by little.
Yeah, let me go on and shit on that.
Honestly, I don't care if he does. If he took it personally and went out and won, then everybody needs to keep making him take shit personally so he keep going out and winning. Because if you notice, Derek Carr is at his best when he feels disrespected and is pissed off because of something somebody said to him or about him. Now, you were saying, Phil, what have you got over there?
Hold on.
While we're holding on, everybody see we got 43 people in here, 43 views.
Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. So, have you looked at the up-to-date playoff standing?
Yes.
Chiefs at 1, Titans at 2nd place.
Yes. Cincy at 3.
Bills at 4, Colts at 5, Patriots
yep.
at 6, Ravens at 7.
Yes.
I think I get it now. Okay, so because the Chargers beat us, they still had the hump over us, and because the Ravens
beat the Chargers, that's why they're 7. Yeah.
So that's why we are 8. Sitting at 9th.
9th. Yes, 9th. Even though we should be.
So that's why I was saying, like, there's still a lot to do. And I don't think that's being explained properly to a lot of folks. Again, the Raiders have to beat the Colts. The Raiders have to kill the Chargers.
Yes, they have to beat them by more than they lost by.
Exactly. And it's wild as shit, bro. It is wild as shit how much you have to do to get all that shit done. And this is where I get upset because there were opportunities set up. If you beat the Giants, and like I said, you beat the Giants, boom, you're set. You beat the Bengals, you're good to go. You at least get one game on the Kansas City Chiefs. You're all right.
The loss to the Giants is hurting bad right now. The loss
is coming, and I said it's going to come back on us.
The loss to the Bears
is coming back. No, it's really the Giants, bro. It's this Giants game that is really coming back and playing peekaboo.
It's all you got to go to the NFL site, OG. They got it up.
This shit's irritating, bro.
All the tie-breaking procedures and all of that stuff. They got it all updated. It is wild. It is, but you know, as a fan and a member of Raider Nation, you wouldn't be able to get it any other way. They're even when they went to the Super Bowl in 02, it still wasn't a runaway. They still, and I don't even think they won the division at 12-4. The Chiefs did
When
they went to the bowl. The Chiefs won the division at 12-4 that year. Yeah, they did.
Did we? When we went to the bowl?
I believe they did not win the division. Could be wrong. Might have been the year before.
You might be wrong, bro.
Yeah, it might have been the year before. I know that the Chiefs were 12-4. No, I didn't think they did, Rich. They got in as the wild card.
We were first 2002. We were first in the AFC West division.
You all wrong in the chat section. Get your shit right.
Damn, y'all gotta know y'all fucking history. 2001, first in the AFC West division at 10-6. Shall I fucking continue?
No. We can go back, keep it present.
Shit. I gotta know y'all history before y'all start spewing this nonsense. Stop this mindless nonsense. I keep telling y'all. But Raiders as a whole, man. Now to get Hobbs back, get Face-On back, that would be a big plus.
Airman being back is going to be a huge plus too. Working.
I mean, him being back, or he was back, shit.
Absolutely, and it made an even bigger difference in the run defense. And with him back, if you can successfully emulate some of the concepts that you had with Chubb, where you bring down Abram into the box, that's going to be your best shot at winning this football game. Is to have probably Perriman, Diablo, and a combination of Abrams, Littleton, and Wright down there, and if you can get away with more of a 44 look, then I would suggest employing it.
Oh, let me explain this one more time.
Please do.
All right, so the Ravens beat the Chargers. The Chargers beat us. So because they're in in division, they had the edge over us. And because we all faced the Ravens, even though we beat them, but they still had the same record as us. But the team that beat us,
they beat.
Exactly. So again, we have to beat the Chargers. We have to beat the Colts.
Doesn't matter what I trust. Doesn't matter if they put up 17 and the defense holds them to 13 and they did enough to beat the Colts. Or if you're expecting them to go out and refine the magic that they had at the beginning of the season when they were putting up 36 points and 30 points a game, no, I don't necessarily see that happening. Especially given the fact that the success that they enjoyed was primarily when on the ground.
Yeah,
and good teams run the football late in the season. Don't get me wrong, but you would definitely like to see a lot more efficiency out of your passing game than what you got. Misguided. They didn't go back far enough in their tiebreaker scenarios. But we pulled ours up from the NFL site. Carr's got all the trust in him, bro. Didn't you hear the telecast? You know, they've spent all the time in the off season and the trust is finally there, and he trusts him with the 50-50 balls. And that's a beautiful thing. If that's what Carr needs to be able to go to Zay Jones when he don't have nobody else, then it is what it is.
Yeah.
Now, it is what it is. Somebody's got to step up. Somebody's got to get these passes. Somebody's got to catch a football. Somebody's got to get open. Somebody's got to be there. And I like it's always the next man up. It's always next man up, and that man is Zay Jones. When he was signed to this team, I felt like he was the perfect receiver for Carr, and that they just weren't using him properly. He's more of a short yardage receiver, to be honest with you. The fact that they're using him as the deep threat was beyond me. But this team has always had a problem with misusing the talent that they have and asking guys to do something different other than what they were good at. Why? I don't know. It just is what it is. Now, we go to the next one about DB Cooper, my man here. People saying Waller is holding out. Can you explain how holding out this year helps him moving forward? It doesn't. It doesn't at all. And right now, but at this point, I'm not sure. I'm at a back me up on this, Phil, or you could even completely spin in the opposite direction.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not necessarily sure that Darren Waller holding out isn't a bad thing, isn't a good thing for Carr. Because when Carr has his guys, he has a tendency to get too locked in and not look at everybody else. And he's been spreading the ball out much better. And it's benefited the passing game because teams aren't keying on one guy and he's not consistently throwing at one guy. If you look at it, he only targeted Hunter 3 times. He threw Hunter 30 passes in the last 3 weeks prior to last. And so with Waller coming back, that would be something that I would definitely say they need for the Colts. If Jacobs is going to be breaking 100 yards rushing and the line is going to be run blocking and keeping people off of Carr's ass, they need to get Darren Waller back on this field. And if he can play, they definitely need him to play this week. Even if you diminish his role and keep Foster Moreau as the strong side tight end and have him be the number 2 and work him in situations. But this is going to be a big game against the Colts coming up, and the Raiders need all hands on deck and then some.
Yeah.
All hands. They need Mariota. They need Peterman to be ready. They need all hands on deck. They need a plan. They need to continue with the course of the game plan and the play execution and design that they've been utilizing in the last couple of weeks. And that's their best chance to continue this thing moving forward. We're at an exciting time. Some people say this team doesn't deserve to win. Some people will tell you that we're right. We are in the hunt, so it doesn't matter what people will tell you. We are sitting very much in the hunt, and the percentages that they give you don't even seem like they're accurate to me. Because if the Raiders can win out, they beat the Chargers, they're sitting in the 7th seed. It's just that simple. It's just that simple.
Yeah, it's literally all hands on deck. Raiders are going to have to do everything. They can't let up. They're going to have to make sure they stop Wentz. They can't give him any opportunity. They got to make sure the key guy that they take out of the picture is Jonathan Taylor.
And you have to count on your quarterback showing up, riding on his white horse, and coming up and making and outdueling Carson Wentz. Derek Carr is going to have to be at his best against this Colts defense. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then he gets to finally show how pissed off he is at his good friend Joey Bosa for making them comments that he made earlier in the season.
Yeah, I'll be ready. Hey, look, that's revenge.
Is the dish best served cold?
You got to show the revenge, bro.
You got to want it. You got to want it. You said we've all been planning out your future and you boys ain't done yet. So far, you ain't. You keep that same energy, keep that same mentality. tell a star to stand to record this, and I said it and send it to Derek, send it to his brothers, his family. I don't care. Somebody keep this same energy with this man.
Yep.
Keep that same energy. You ain't done yet, then don't be done. Don't be done. So you tired of being disrespected? Go out there and fucking keep doing what you're doing. Make it happen.
That's all I can really say, bro. Yeah. You're going to have to play mistake-free football.
Yes. Definitely, because if you give the Colts a short field, Jonathan Taylor's going to tear your ass up. No pause needed.
And I'm not going to put that on our defense.
Nope. Because this defense has had to overcome adverse situations, and they've gotten a lot of heat against teams that they were left out to dry. And when they finally managed to keep it to a manageable 23 minutes, 2 touchdowns, not a touchdown and 2 field goals. That's all you can ask for out of this defense that everybody will try to tell you is bad and underperforming. Something about the Denver Broncos that gets Max Crosby going. He's run stuffing. He's sacking the quarterback. He's off the milk carton. He's out here making some things happen.
Yeah.
Looking like a Pro Bowl defensive end.
At the end of the day, you guys, it was good to get this win. We're not going to be a 7-win team.
Nope.
Now, the question is, can we get 10 wins?
Can we be a 600-win team or a 5+? Because technically, you ready for this, Phil? You ready for this, Phil?
What's that?
Next win, and we're not losers. Next win will be the best record that most wins the Raiders have seen. 20 years. Or excuse me, since 2016.
Say what? Say what?
That's right. That will be 2 winning seasons in the last 19 years. 2. That's called progress, people. Progress is a slow process.
Yeah.
They ain't never heard about that. We don't mention that man's name around here anymore. We won't. And when people bring this up and say that type of stuff to you, at a certain point, to be real with you, we just got to know when to stop having football conversations with certain people. I
ignore people on that kind of comment. Like, look, I mean, you just laugh at it.
Yeah, I said
that is folks that don't know fucking football.
That's what not knowing football really looks like. See, a lot of people tell you that you don't know football when you can see open receivers not getting hits and points not being scored. But when somebody comes and tells you that this defense is the same as Gunther's defense, you should automatically know that arguing with this person is pointless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Save your sanity, save your blood pressure, save your stress levels, and simply don't argue with somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. Because from a distance, when you argue with a fool, no one can tell you apart. But to finish this off here, 17-13, Raiders get the dub. They've won 2 in a row. Biggest game of the season coming up. Huge, colossal game against the Colts. I actually going to have to dive into it and figure out how exactly they're going to beat the Colts.
Yeah,
real quick before we get out of here, let's touch on this. What do you think about the Raiders' interest in Todd Bowles?
I think it's going to be a list of guys. It's not just going to be Todd Bowles. It's going to be, you're going to have Eric Bieniemy on that list. You're probably going to have Byron Leftwich as well on that list. You're going to also have Brian
Dabble. And what about this?
Buffalo?
And what about this special team?
It's a special team.
What, the Colts, who used to? Yeah, it's supposed to be this guy.
No, the defensive coordinator.
Is it? I'm pretty sure it was the defensive coordinator. Then there's another one.
It's the defensive coordinator. And
I've heard about him, but
I wouldn't. Here's my thing. I wouldn't touch Peterson because ever since Frank Wright left, that's when he had his struggles. Think about it. When Frank Wright left Philly, the Eagles had their struggles with Peterson.
Yeah, that's the guy I'm talking about now. He's somebody's special teams coordinator. It might not be.
I'm telling you, that man is the defensive coordinator.
The DC?
Yeah. Pull that name back up. Eber
Fullis. Eberfullis.
He's the defensive coordinator.
Eber.
Yeah, give me see, I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, that's the defensive coordinator for Indy. But
Eric B, Byron Leftwich. The idea of a defensive coach at first, I didn't really like it, but it seems intriguing. Todd Bowles would switch this defense to a 3-4, which is, quite frankly, the only defense that the Raiders have been good at. When they finally been good and been to the Super Bowl, it's been with a 3-4 defense.
Yeah.
What's up, James?
But, I don't think you're definitely not going to have Sean Payton. Payton is still going to stay. He's still going to stay in
he ain't going nowhere, bro. New Orleans will never let him leave.
Sean Payton is like who's the best?
Saban?
The best? Yeah, Nick Saban.
Saban?
He's basically like Saban for New Orleans.
Longest tenured, most winning New Orleans head coach ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, I would, yeah. I don't even think that would happen.
Nah. If it did, they would have to jump on him, but I just don't see it happening. They really need to look at the teams who are currently thriving, and the Saints had their run, and they're trying to get back. You got to poach from teams like Buffalo, teams like I don't even want to say the Patriots, but the Chiefs. Take a look at Baltimore.
Hey, I told you how. Look, I already told you how we can make this team, and I think at the end of the day, that's how it could literally end up turning out to be. You make Eric B your head coach. You go on and make what's his name? Omar Khan as your team president. Go on and bring in Newsom as your GM. Not Ozzie Newsom, but Newsom. I think it's his brother.
Yeah, his nephew or something like that.
Yeah,
Malik Newsom, I believe.
Yeah,
Malik Newsom, right? Yeah.
Matter of fact, I pull it up. Make sure. just to make sure.
Don't care if he's an offensive or defensive minded. I want a coach with strong intangibles. I want a coach that can develop his talent. I want a coach that can coach execution. I want a coach that will be able to command the respect of his players. And most
I need a
importantly,
leader of men.
I need a coach to keep his locker room professional.
You know why you haven't heard of Malik Newsom? They kept that motherfucker hidden.
Lock and key. We ain't finna tell nobody about this guy we coaching through the system. Nobody.
Hold up. Matter of fact, I don't even think it's Malik Newsom. Hold up. I got it right here.
No.
I had to pull up.
No.
Vincent Newsom. That's what it is.
Vincent Newsom. No.
Yeah.
No,
I had to pull up my. I had to look. I had to pull up my old. I had to pull up everything. Yeah. He's the director of pro personnel. He's held that shit since 2009.
That guy.
Yep.
That guy. That guy knows football. That guy knows line. That guy knows defensive line. That guy goes 9 backers. The guy knows DBs. You know what I'm saying? Defense, offense.
This man has been with the team for over what? 12 years?
As the top pro player personnel guy for the Ravens. Because they've had some players who might have been all right for a little while there. Just shit. All right.
Man knows his shit, bro. I'm telling you, bro. He knows his shit. And I for the Ravens, yeah.
So it doesn't have to be as good as Ozzie Newsome. He just needs to be better than what the Raiders have. And if they can continue to build on what they have, then we're doing good. We're doing great. Doing fantastic. Superb. I like it too. I like the pass rush factory too.
And the motherfucker was a good cornerback too.
Stable.
Well, excuse me, safety.
Stable. That's exactly what this organization needs, is stability. But all right, now I'm done. You got anything else, Phil?
I'm just going down his track record real quick, and wow.
What's his draft picks looking like?
He was the one working up close and personal with Ozzie Newsome, with analyzing the roster, reviewing, and then coordinating and evaluating each free agent. Damn.
Sounds like that would be a guy that the Raiders definitely need to keep an eye on.
I'd bring him in.
Definitely need to make an offer to him.
I'd bring him in because look at the talent that Baltimore has brought in, whether it's been draft or free agent. I want a guy that's going to be able to do that in a GM position, and he understands contracts as well. From what I'm looking on his background here, and that's what you want. You want a smart-minded guy that knows the ins and outs, from it being with financial, with contracts, and then how to analyze and separate what is a good free agent to bring in on the team, or someone that you need to stay far, far away from. And even if that person had their ups and downs, maybe off the field, he's taking an interest in them. He knows to ask and play. Man, I'm going to be real. Vincent Newsome, I would look to bring him in. So Vincent Newsome, Omar Khan, Eric Bieniemy, these are guys I would want to bring in technically speaking, Omar Khan should have had the Steelers GM job. Let's give him something else. Phil?
No, I agree. I like we can sit here and we can speculate, but right now we're in the middle of a playoff race, Phil. We're in a playoff race. You talk about the offseason. I'm trying to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's true.
Playoffs.
2 spots out.
Playoffs.
We 2 spots out, man.
And it was just brought to my attention with a win tomorrow night. The Miami Dolphins will be in possession of the 7th seed. Oddly enough, the Raiders have a tiebreaker over them too, making it that much more imperative that against the Colts, you play to win the game. You play to win the game. Hello? They got to get it done. They got it done today. They got it done last week. They have 2 more Sundays that they need to figure out a way to beg, borrow, deal, steal, cripple, and do anything short of kill. But they got to get it done because they are in a win and you're in situation. Masters of their own destiny.
Yeah.
So about an hour in, we're going to wrap this up. It's been a pleasure. We definitely can't let them off the hook. It's been a pleasure. Raiders 17, Broncos 13. I'm Phil Robinson. That's Phil Jones. This is the Unfiltered Truth. I'll be back later this week with a preview episode against the Colts and some more later on this, maybe a couple of shorts as we go along. So for my partner, God bless. We out.